Saturday, June 19th. So the moon is going to be in Libra all day, giving us a lot of light and fluffy energy to kind of sort through. Yes, we have a little bit of a balancing act to do within our emotions and within our heart space, within our head space, within our thoughts. But for the most part, we're staying in the shallow end. We've done the deep end stuff for right now. We in this week are trying to refine and really recalibrate, refocus, re-energize, rest, and find a center point before we are given another opportunity to level up. So the moon in Libra opposes Chiron right from the beginning, right from the get-go. There's an opposition here because, again, the moon in Libra wants to find peace, wants to find harmony, wants to keep everything light and fluffy. But that Chiron energy, the wounded healer, wants us to constantly be reminded of what it is that we are trying to shift out of, what it is that we're trying to heal, what it is that we already have healed. And this opposition is sitting across the table. It's kind of intense. Luckily for us, the moon in Libra just wants to keep things light and fluffy, doesn't want to get into big conversation, sure as hell doesn't want to talk about past pains, past traumas that we're looking to detach from and move forward. So the moon continues on her journey and goes ahead and trines Saturn. This is actually a good energy. This is a blending of energies. And because Saturn is in Aquarius, another air sign, a sister sign to Libran energy, there's a lot of re-evaluating happening because, again, Mercury is retrograde in Gemini, the other sister air sign. And so we are reflective, but we're not going too far back. And we are kind of progressive in our thinking because that's what Saturn in Aquarius wants us to do. But again, that's retrograde as well. So we don't go too far ahead. We find this very, very balanced point, just being grateful, just being happy in the present moment with the revelations, with the encouragement, with the progress that we've already made. And yes, we know that there's still some work to do, but right now we're taking a break. We just want to feel safe and secure once again, and we are going to keep things light and fluffy in that conversation as well. And when we're sitting around and when we're thinking about all the things that we're just trying to find peace in, we do have another beautiful, beautiful inspiration, download, vision take over when the moon lines up, makes an aspect with Uranus, again, the great awakener, giving us an aha moment, a shift in perspective. And just as that moment comes and we question how long it's going to stay, the sun in Gemini, the last day that the sun is in Gemini, makes this aspect with Uranus. This is like, damn, new information coming in. The game changes once again. You know, the sun in Gemini, up until this point, we're coming to a closure of the lessons that the sun in Gemini were trying to provide us with. So at the beginning of Gemini season, the choices were very vast. There were multiple decisions to make, very extreme, heart and head positions here. Now towards the end, we're finally finding a common ground. We're finding a middle ground. And the moon in Libra is helping us with that. And the epiphanies that we're having will help us with that. And the sun making this aspect with Uranus is just really kind of like lighting us up in a different way that we can't go back to the darkness from. Like once you see something, you can't unsee it. Once you know something, you can't unknow it. And this is really going to provide us with a completion point of the lessons in which the sun in Gemini has allowed us to learn through this particular season. So the moon goes ahead and trines Mercury, which is a beautiful thing because, again, we're trying to find a common ground, a center point. We're trying to keep things light and fluffy. We have new ideas. We even have old memories coming up in new ways. And because we've had these aha moments, these moments of revelation, we are able to reflect on past scenarios that we see totally different now compared to the beginning of the week. There's so much evolution taking place. There's so much progress taking place that it literally shifts the way that we are thinking, that we're communicating, that we're understanding ourselves and one another. We really are coming to a completion, an ending point of the chapter that we are leaving behind in order to jump into the ones that are currently beginning. So the moon goes ahead and has a conversation with Mars, with Jupiter. And this is about growth. This is about, where it is that we need to make those moves in aligning with those future plans, with those new dreams, with those new desires. And then the moon squares Venus. Now, this isn't such a nice thing because a square is a tension point. It's a crisis point. And Venus rules over Libra. So there is really a heartfelt moment happening here early evening, if you will, where there's like a crossroads where we've been so desperate to keep things light and fluffy all day, where we've tried to not allow things to trigger us, where we've tried to find peace and harmony and silver linings in the moment. And the moon in Libra squaring Venus in Cancer is just like, oh, okay, I really can't stay here anymore. I can't stay in this home. I can't stay in this environment. I can't stay in this family dynamic. I can't stay in this relationship. I can't stay in this cycle. I can't stay here anymore, which is what we needed. It doesn't feel good, but it's what we need. And just as Venus kind of has that breakdown point where, okay, we've done our reflection, we've looked back with rose-colored glasses, we recognize where shift is taking place, we recognize where growth is needed, and we recognize now that the pain and the suffering that we tried to romanticize, that it actually hurts. It actually hurts. It knocks the wind out of us again. And that doesn't feel good. But many of us, most of us, only change because we're tired of the pain and suffering. And so as much as the moon in Libra wants to keep things light and fluffy and peaceful and balanced, there's a pain in our heart, in our soul that takes over that moment of realization that we have to change things, that we have to disconnect from our attachments, that we have to nurture ourselves. And in that moment, the moon goes ahead and makes an aspect with Neptune in Pisces, reminding us of our dreams, of our vision. Because when we think of what it is that we want for ourselves, the life that we want to manifest, the reality in which we want to be living, it doesn't look like the restrictions and the confines of our current situation. It doesn't look like that. And because we've had this epiphany now in our heart space, recognizing that we no longer need to attach to the pain cycles in which we've been in, now we are free to move forward. Now we are free to find common ground. Now we have balanced the mind, body, and soul. And when we attach to this Neptune energy, which is the higher octave of Venus, we are able to attach to the metaphysical realm, to the divine cosmic intelligence, and we are able to attach to the dream and the vision that our heart is attached to. And by doing that, we are easily able to detach from the physical restrictions and elements that have us stuck in this pain cycle. So the last thing I want to talk about Saturday, this is the last day of Gemini season, which means that we will likely be feeling a little bit of chaos and a little bit of pressure in the mental plane. This is also the last day of Jupiter being direct, which, because Jupiter is an outer planet, the energy shift when it goes retrograde is a lot more subtle than when the inner planets go retrograde. But nonetheless, you are going to be feeling a calling to go inward, a calling to trust your gut, a calling to trust your intuition, a calling to trust the universe. There are going to be situations that arise that want to pull you out of alignment with your higher self and higher source to take part in this physical circus, if you will. And we're not about that, especially once Jupiter goes retrograde. We're not about that. We're going to be moving inward and creating a nice little comfy spiritual realm for us to rely upon and for us to base our decisions on. We're not going to be looking outside of ourselves for validation or for information, but we're definitely going to be feeling the shift, feeling that intensity on Saturday. So that is your energy forecast for the week. Couple of things that I want to talk about here. I want to do just a very short, but very powerful, intense, huge shout out to Trap House Kitchen. If you are on YouTube, I need you to go over to Trap House Kitchen and I need you to subscribe and I need you to listen to this guy. He is speaking some very, very ancient knowledge and connecting it to day-to-day celebrities, day-to-day musicians, day-to-day rappers. There are all kinds of things going on in the cosmos that is being reflected here on Earth, and this dude is tuning in. I want you to give a huge shout out because this guy right here found me on YouTube and sent me so much love that it boosted my YouTube channel to the point where I didn't think I was going to be at for another year. Okay. The love is strong. The support is strong coming from Trap House Kitchen. And I just want to take a moment to send all that love and support right back. So thank you. If you are here, if you are listening to me because Trap sent you over, I want to thank you for being here. And of course, Trap, I send you nothing but love. The other thing that I want to talk to you about is I want you to take advantage of downloading your monthly forecast. All of these energy shifts that I talk about each and every day and each and every week, they affect you. And downloading your monthly forecast is like the best investment that you can make in yourself to prepare on how it is that you're going to align to these energy shifts. So many people reach out to me and they're like, oh my God, I feel this way. What does this mean? And I say, have you downloaded your monthly forecast? And they say, nope. And I say, well, you should probably do that. And then they'll reach out to me and they'll say, okay, I listened to my monthly forecast, but this is happening to me. Why is this happening? Why is this happening? Okay, did you listen to your monthly forecast? Yep. Did you download your moon guide? Nope. Okay, well, there's your second thing to do. Also, I put out daily vibes. I put out energy forecasts. This comes down to you wanting to help yourself. I can only provide as much information as I possibly can, but at the end of it, no one is coming to save you. I want y'all to be aligned. I want y'all to be in power, but you have got to make the move and take the initiative to align with what it is that you can align with to be totally informed on what is going on so that you can gracefully ascend with the collective. So if you haven't already subscribed to the energy guide, it's free. I recommend you do that. It's a daily guide on how it is that you can stay aligned with the energies that be. If you have not subscribed to the moon guide, you could do that too. That'll keep you on point with the moon's energy, with the energy of the cosmos, and make sure that you are taking advantage of all the opportunities that the cosmos gives us. And of course, just coming out of a new moon, I just want to encourage you to maybe subscribe to becoming a monthly moon reading subscriber, which will give you personalized readings for every moon event, the moon guides, access to the moon guide, to the energy guide, the whole meal deal. So I want to thank you guys for tuning in once again to this week's energy forecast. I hope you have a beautiful week and we'll talk to you soon.